Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Danilo Caprick here, aka the best dressed man in tech sales, also one of the co-founders of the B2B Syndicate. Welcome to the channel, where today we're gonna have a very exciting topic, which is how on earth can you develop life-changing connections and build a network that could potentially change your life if you have no resources, no friends, maybe no family. Don't worry, guys, we're gonna give you the insights. So let's get on to it so you can get this knowledge. So before we get into this, let's talk about why it's important to even have connections and network and people who you can rely on to get new knowledge and information. The main reason why this is important, guys, is because we only know what we're exposed to. Think about it like this. If you were born in an average middle-class family, let's say your parents, I don't know, your dad worked at the post office, mom, if you had both parents, worked at a restaurant, right? You're gonna know their experiences. You're gonna know the things they taught you. You're gonna know the things that you heard and learned in school, but that's about it. Unless you go out on your own and start reading books and maybe you go to school or maybe you do something else, go to another city, you're not going to get exposed to all of the things that are out there. And that is why we need other people to help us fill in the gaps, to help us understand what else is out there, what are the options. Think about life like a giant menu. But here's the thing, we can only see a small portion of that menu. And the other parts of that menu, they lie within the minds of other people. And it's almost like we need to tap into their minds or have a conversation with them to know about the secret menu items that we can't access. So, for that reason, to be able to see the entire menu and have an accurate idea of all the options available to us, we need other people and we need to form a network of people who know more than us. Last thing I'll say about this is a huge key to leveling up your socioeconomic status in the world. If you can meet people who know things you know or that you don't know, especially about money, maybe about marketing, about business, about whatever it is that you care about. It could be about a sport. It could be about whatever it is that you personally care about. But if you can meet people who know more than you, it's one of the easiest shortcuts to success that can save you years of time that you might have had to invest in learning, going to college, or whatever it might be to get that same knowledge. So, with all the context out of the way, let's get to it. How exactly do we build a network of high-value people with knowledge that can benefit us if we have no resources? Guys, the answer is a lot simpler than you think. All you have to do, if you don't know a soul out there, and you're trying to form a network of people who can benefit you or that you can learn from or gain mentorship from, all you have to do is start putting yourself out there and meeting people. And you might be saying, oh my God, you know, I could have said that. That's such a stupid piece of advice. That's so general, it's so vague, that's so obvious. Yes, it is, but here's the one way, the specific tactic that I recommend to help you do this as frequently as possible, but also with the least amount of awkwardness, effort, and energy that you have to expend. The tactic that I recommend, guys, is simply this. Whether you are sitting next to somebody in public transportation, maybe you're sitting next to someone on a plane, maybe you're sitting next to someone at a restaurant, maybe you're just outside taking a walk. Whatever the situation is, when you are in front of other people that you don't know, strangers, you could be at the park working out, you could be at the gym, whatever it is, you guys. When you see other people and you have a legitimate, socially acceptable reason to speak with them, just do it. And here's the question you ask. All you need to ask is, hey, what do you do? And better yet, you can make this ask a little bit less awkward by providing some context. And the context can be like this. Hey, I just turned, and you say however old you just turned, maybe it's 21, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 29, whatever it is. And you say, hey, look, I just turned 25 years old, and I'm really looking to learn from people who are more successful than I am. And I'm curious, what advice do you have for someone like me? Or you can say, and I'm curious, what do you do? Because it looks like you're pretty successful. I'm just trying to get an idea of what things are out there so that way maybe I can learn about some different options. And if you say something like that to a normal person that's just out there on the street, first of all, they're gonna be blown away because very few people do that. Number two, they're going to tell you what they do. And guess what? Within a few seconds, you're gonna be able to quickly gauge whether or not that person is the type of person that you wanna be around, and more importantly, whether or not what they're saying to you is something that even interests you, right? For example, the person might say, oh yeah, I'm a stock trader. If you are interested in that, or that sounds interesting to you based on what you know about stock trading, you're gonna have a further conversation. If it doesn't sound interesting, you're gonna be like, oh, that's cool. And then maybe you shift to something else, right? But here's the thing, guys. if you ask 100 people in the span of 4 months, right? That's like less than one person a day. If for the next 4 months you ask one person every single day, hey, I'm trying to learn about some new options in life, or hey, I just turned this old and I'm trying to understand from other people what they do so that way I can understand other options. What do you do if you don't mind me asking? If you ask that to, again, 100 people over the next 4 months, you are going to learn 100 new things that are out there, that are options, that are available to you that you probably never heard about before. And slowly but surely, if you can replicate this habit on a daily, monthly, weekly, yearly basis, you are going to have a huge database in your brain of potential options that you can now embark on. So again, guys, the simple truth here when it comes to forming a network is you just have to put yourself out there, get a little uncomfortable, and introduce yourself to folks, right? For example, today, I was in a co-working space on the 9th floor of the building that I work in. And I saw a woman sitting at the table, and here's my rule for the co-working space. If ever I see a person working in the co-working space, especially at the big table where everybody's kind of social and sitting together, I will always make an effort to stop, introduce myself, and I ask them the question, what do you do? Today I met someone who was a personal trainer. Guess what? Now, if I ever have questions about that, or I know somebody who's looking for a personal trainer, I can send them to her, right? And that's going to be a way that I can offer them value. Also, I get value in the sense of, hey, I have a new contact who knows XYZ information. If I'm ever interested in that, I can now turn to that person. But that's the thing, guys. All you have to do is get out there, meet people, shake hands, and ask the simple question of, hey, what do you do? Or again, provide the context and say, look, I'm at a point in my life where I'm really trying to learn about other options out there for my career and ways to make money. I'm curious, what do you do if you don't mind me asking? And again, if you provide that context, people love to talk about what they do. Because why? Everybody's favorite topic is themselves. So give people the gift of allowing them to talk about what they do by just asking the simple question. And while you do that, you will build, trust me, a wide, vast network. So there you have it, guys. That is the #1 way that you can build a network, even if you don't know a single soul on the street. All you have to do is go out there, make the ask, provide context if you like, and I guarantee you, slowly but surely, you will start to form a network of people that will know more than you, that you can learn from, and potentially even ask for mentorship. The last thing I'll say too is another quick way to gain access to mentors, if that's specifically something you're looking for, is to ask people who are older than you for advice, right? Let's say you're in your 20s. Find somebody who looks like they're in their 30s, 40s, or 50s and ask them, hey, look, again, you can use the same context. I just turned this years old, right? I just turned 22 years old, and I'm looking for folks who are further along in life than me that can help me out when it comes to making decisions about my own personal definition of success. I'm curious, what advice do you have for someone who's my age? And if you ask that, oh my God, people love to give advice because why? Again, people love to talk about themselves and they love to tell others what they should do. So give people the gift of the opportunity for them to share their wisdom with you by asking for advice. And in the process, you will become a likable person that they will want to speak with again, because by asking for advice, you send the subtle message of saying, hey, I see you as my superior in some way, and I want to learn from you. And who doesn't want to be around a person that wants to learn from them? I'll wait. So there you have it, guys. That is the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you're not doing so already, go follow me on LinkedIn. Last but not least, if you are trying to break into tech sales, or you're already in sales and you want to become sharper, smarter, better at your craft, go ahead and subscribe to our weekly newsletter at the B2B Syndicate using the link in the description below. If you do, you will get one actionable insight sent to your inbox every single Sunday without any gap or delay. So with that said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And again, we will catch you in the next one. Take it easy now.